Hello, good morning. Good morning. I'm just going to wait for people to get in here. Queen Mama of Pop Records and Robert Curry of D.a.n.g.e.r. Let's go. Knock, 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 do you hear the door? I come coming in, I'm coming hot. Daddy reppin' that pop. I don't care what you got, my goals in that drill shot. Rocky wouldn't give a down, so you know that I'm waiting for people to get up here. My nose wants to get you today.
You gotta remember that every promise. So don't be thinking about giving up. So like you gotta get it up. Why you notice everybody cries? Yes. And this is like a thing so good. Yes. Better what you gotta try. Get to your praise. Nobody told you this would be easy. Maybe you heard it, believe me. Although every child is a lesson learned. Just leave the fire and just let it burn.
Just waiting for a few more people to get in. And my nose wants to get knock, 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 do you hear the door? Alrighty. You can call in.
Nobody told me this would be easy, baby.
Let's say that all. That was myself, Queen Muhammad, and Robert Curry at day 26. The song is called Unbelievable, and it is befitting of the day. Happy Sunday. This is a mystery. We're trying to figure it out, guys. With updates on Rich Long. He's doing well. He's doing fine. He's doing well. He's doing fine. But he just, a lot of people ask, they think that we're doing this for donations or money or anything. And what keeps, if that was the case, we would put Rich Long on the screen, because if it was some type of play or anything, because he's the talent, and he's really locked up. He really was set up allegedly, and these are the flowers they got me for my birthday. The little petals are gone, but it's still hanging in there. No, this is not anything orchestrated or anything. This is actually something that was very unfortunate to happen to Rich. We want to ask today, the topic is, and we do have a call-in number. If you do want to call in, it's 1-800-743-1179. Who was really in danger? Who was really in danger? Now, I posed the question last time, what crime did Rich Long do? But as our good sister Rebecca did a show on what is a crime, her show Burglary or Birthright, what is a crime? So that could get confusing because we don't even know where to start from that point. So to kind of pinpoint it to a direct question that we could ask is whose life really was in danger. Now let's go through the list here. Okay. Karen's life. Was her life in danger? No. No way, time. We actually was trying to get the heck away from Karen when Karen was actually getting closer to us to antagonize, which Rich believes is a lot of transphobia. And I'm drinking coffee and I'm not really, I'm eating these today. Okay. So in that situation, it seems like Rich's life was in danger because he had to deal with something that he shouldn't have. It was no intent of interacting with that person. So they actually were antagonizing to no end. Let's see. People coming through the house, people coming to the car. Okay. Asian store owners outside the store. Okay. Them doing this outside the store. So I don't see where the complaints are coming from. That's the only thing I'm just trying to figure out because the only person's life is in danger in all these situations was Rich's. So because when even with the neighbor walking up to him with a confrontation, all these situations could have went completely left. Every single one of them. Even the sheriff and the marshals coming through, like having us in a situation that could have ended up like Breonna Taylor. So sorry guys. Yeah. I don't see anywhere. Okay, we know the landlord's he says he's never anything I complain about, he never sees or hears or don't, he's only here one day a week. This is what he told me verbatim. I'm only here one day a week. So I said, how do you know every single detail? Which is a lie, you know what I'm saying, of what I'm doing. But when I say something, you are only here one day a week, you don't know anything. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything. You're not able to witness anything, to speak on anything, only when it comes to me. He's loud, proud, and 100% inaccurate. So I don't understand. The sad truth of the matter is these people allegedly bullied someone to no end. And that's the sad truth of the situation. Now, any instance that they have with Rich is only him after ignoring this for months in the doorway of the stores. That was just ridiculous. Um, and us seeing all this, and as the good foundation of Black Americans that we are, ignoring it and trying to turn the other cheek. Even with the neighbor coming up to him, even giving him the time of day that day was um, gracious. And look what it got him. Even Rich trying to, after months and months and months of harassment. Oh, yeah. When the Asian store owner leaned into Rich's car, menacingly, allegedly, leaned in, out on the street, out of his establishment, in Rich's personal space. Whose life at that point in time you think was more in danger? See, this is what I'm saying. All of these instances, that's why this is why I'm continuing on. I don't care what him and I, or him and anybody, has been through. That does not justify, I don't care what we have been through in the past or even in the future. Okay? All these outside entities and groups and things really didn't have a stake or claim into harassing him other than to group together to bully him. Because again, there's not one instance. I mean, of course they allegedly lied, manipulated, and to um artificially make instances. But if they would have just authentically went on with their own day, and none of this, all this is all avoidable. It just boils down to a Karen wanting to have the last word and manipulating a lot of coons, or willingly or unwillingly. Some people don't know. They all into this. They don't know. Some people, so you can't just blame. But slyly, very calculatedly, manipulated a lot of our people to do all the dirty work. And why we call them coons and not helpers of the neighborhood is because these people were never in any type of danger. That's why. So when you co-sign things that you don't know what's going on, and then you feel like you have to save them, that is just more manipulation and the puppet master pulling all the strings and you just dancing and buck dancing to that. So you have to know when you're being manipulated. Okay. In 5 years, I'm not even gonna give it that long. In a year, nobody will remember you, Coon, helping, Mr. Charlie. Nobody's gonna remember that. They're only gonna remember a black vigilante from your side went running through the streets, and running through the streets during school hours with a gun, shooting off a gun, and um, and now supposedly, maybe, you never know, people could use that as a platform to now crack down on our black asses. So you see how you're not helping. You're not helping. So, and that's why you have to slow down. Don't just jump when other groups say, such as did this, such as did that. Okay, slow down and But let me, assess the situation, talk to both parties. No, they just took whatever. Oh yeah, but see, people don't think that far ahead. But they'll call me crazy. They'll call Rich crazy, because they don't then rather admit that it was just their um, mixture of racism, allegedly, and transphobia and fear mongering and bullying that led to all this. These people were not in any danger um, from Rich in any way. How can you be in danger when somebody's not approaching you and they actually rolled up the windows on you and not on your person? So what are you telling the police? I don't understand. What could you possibly be telling them in that scenario? So yeah, that's crazy to me. That's insane. Calling the police on somebody that's not in around you, uh, approaching you, or even in your vicinity, your person, not in your 6 feet space. That's insane to me. But it happens time and time and time again. People manipulating and using law enforcement to send on dummy missions. So my whole thing is be upset at that. Turn the anger to that. I don't know who it was. It was somebody showed one of these Karen videos, and it was a young man. I think he was working at the facility. Somebody saying, a couple come up to them, a mom and son, asking him questions. Like, these people really think that they can ask you a whole bunch of questions and stuff. I don't know what that's about. Um, it's just, and they asking him questions, and he works there, but he don't have to answer any questions at all, and didn't, thank goodness. And he just, they called the police on him. He's doing his job. He's at work, just like Rich. He was at work, DoorDash driver in his car. Karen's coming over, harassing, calling the cops. We're in the car with the windows rolled up. I said all this day one. My story has never changed. And that's why they have to try to paint us out as crazy, because because the story's never changed. These people just sad. You know what I'm saying? And all of, like I said, none of these people in none of these situations lives were in any danger. You know, his remedy for the Asian store owners was to not go back into their establishment. Uh, the neighbor walked up to him. So how can, so all these instances, it leans more of Rich's life had being in danger than a gunman coming to the house, a gunman coming to shooting with the school, with kids walking by, ducking for their lives. Um, the school had to be shut down. We all, what I'm saying, but Rich is the problem. Um, the gunman comes to the car again during school hours. They had to shut the school down again. Okay. Okay. Somebody calls, say, did somebody call somebody a B? So that even isn't saying that he put, again, the reasoning. All right. Black girl with D'Angelo braids pointing out our house to a gunman. Again, our life seems like more in danger than theirs. Again, Karen calling where nobody's around her, approached her, or anywhere they were near her. Our lives is in danger at that point. The Asian store owner I showed you that leaned into the car outside. I definitely felt like my life was in danger that day. That was crazy. And this man had the nerve to be calling the cops, and trying to talk. I like, these people are insane. The guy standing in the doorway, the other Asian store owner standing in the doorway like this. Every time, we hit the pavement, that I don't see. I'm not seeing it. Like I said, the landlord, he doesn't see anything. He doesn't hear anything. He only hears anything about me. And now they're sending me leave texts and harassing my godmother podcast line. With this BS. They're coming on here talking about I'm crazy. When, come on now, who sounds crazy? These same people who had to gang up on a trans guy who walked up to, leaned in the car, sent gunmen, pointed out, called and harassed. I don't see where anybody other than Rich's life was in danger in any of this situation. People manufacturing a whole bunch of BS, and it's all fear mongering. And we Black people don't need to be co-signing that mess. That was the actual sad part about it. That we, not Rich and I, because we're going to continue to stand on Rich's innocence, and completely separate ourselves, which they was trying to play a whammy bammy and include us in all this BS that they had going on, like it was a no. That's you figure it out, y'all figure it out over there. And trying to make it like it's an intermingling. No. There's only one victim here. There's only one victim here, and that is Rich Long, being the victim of a block of transphobic maniacs. People who have clearly lied, clearly harassed. And it was the person who doesn't see anything is the main person who foiled the plan, Mr. Stephen Kotowich, who could not allow the plan to go through. Of course, okay, you're texting me in August saying that you're selling the property, but you're signing new leases in November after you thought we were going to be gone. But I don't feel like I have to rush when it's very much good evidence that my partner has been set up. So I'm not going to. I don't know what you. I don't know what you expect me to do, but wait for him, and then I can figure out things from there. I'm not going to allow injustice to go by, and for y'all to do whatever, and Black people to do whatever that's really not helping them. That really actually hurt all of us, probably for eons and decades in this city. Thank you, Coons. Thank you, Karen, for let me just thank. I'm going to do the honorable thank yous down the list. Thank you, Karen, for while we were in the car, minding our business, calling the cops on us, and wasting our time and our day when your life wasn't really in any danger because nobody had even approached you. Thank you, Black girl with the d.a.n.g.e.r braids. Power to the people. For pointing out our house and just listening to Karen, silly behind, who you saw was lying and you were right there next to her and knew she wasn't in any danger. But, hope, it's not going to hurt Karen's, it's going to hurt us, but thank you. Because the only thing they're going to remember, because Karen's such a good friend. Karen is not in any of these videos. You are. Okay. God today, like Vicky Tiller says. I can just scream. What Ayanna say? Not Ayanna Van Zant say. I'm just gonna weep in the bush. I'm just gonna go weep in the bush. Because you people are just ridiculous. Then they use our phenotype, our to pull out the act. So, like I said, there's more crackdown on our Black asses. Asian store owners leaning up in the car. Definitely wasn't in no danger being that bold. Let me see. Neighbor walking up on a Sunday. Happy Sunday to everybody. To a man that he doesn't know. Anything could have popped off. He really, so I know he wouldn't be the first one yelling that he thought he was in some danger. And then everybody from there. We're just hoping and praying that everybody from there, like the police and everybody who was just a victim of these people as well. That's what we're hoping and praying. And Rich does get some justice because, you don't know. I can understand that. We don't know what's going on. You know, you got real things to deal with. So you don't, you just like, okay, just to rush it along. Look, what's going on? But really, after peeling the layers back is what they never wanted us to do. You would see that clear as day. Like I said, the landlord's texting me in August 27th to be exact. And I have texts in my phone from the 27th all the way until I found out this guy was lying to us and signing new leases. Texts in my phone from that day he told me up until the end of, as soon as I found out that it was all a lie and he was just targeting a trans person. I have texts from that day all the way up. Contacting properties, going to see properties. Do you understand? So I don't feel like this person should be allowed to just waste my time for months. Every text, every call, every that was a waste of time. People don't understand that. That was a waste of time. So I have text messages from the day that he told me that all the way up until the day I found out that it was all a lie. So, and then I get leave texts. How disrespectful. How disrespectful. That's why I said if we would have never brought this stuff to the public, this is a horrible, horrible, horrible display. Horrible display from people. And like I said, I posed the question before, what crime did Rich Long do to warrant all of this? And they can say all things. They can say we're crazy. They can say we're insane. They can say make the little veil threats, make it direct threats. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? They can say whatever they want to say. The facts remain. The facts remain that none of your lives were in any danger. And if we had to have a scale of whose life was in the most danger, it was Rich Long being in any contact around any of you people. Okay? So we definitely wanted to separate ourselves from this buffoonery and make sure that Rich's good name it will always remain, even after all of this manipulation and coercion and a whole bunch of, like I said, now we're just down to the landlord, because we really don't give a shit about none of these people, like for real. Like, it's just, see, because my thing is, none of these people, anybody could say what they want. Police, they could have got involved. They don't know. They got things to do. They may just got swept up. And any issue with that will be maybe Rich's issue. But out of all these people, the person who said they saw the least but talked the most is the landlord, and the only one in a signed contract with me. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not worried about any of these other people. I still visit the Asian store. It is what it is. Now he's in the store. That's great, and not outside harassing people. Thank God, we are safe from that. I still, say hi to everybody. I don't have a problem with nobody. The only problem I have a problem with is somebody who didn't use good discernment. And who didn't use good discernment was Mr. Steve Kotowich. And he's going to quickly learn that he formulating a plan, allegedly, with all these people, they're not going to be around to help you. Because they're not you're the only one. And when you have to explain for all of this, I hope all those people that you harassed me for months, telling me I'm a liar over a fire that never happened, and you know it didn't happen because you were here the next day, but still months and months and months later, you're still a total of 6 times harassed me with a arson crime, when you know for a fact with your own 2 eyes that was a complete 100% lie, and continue to say that. So that was the foiling of the plan. How can you be we're helping you? So I'm thinking about, so how are you browbeating me about a fire? So in August, we're agreeing to help you. You said you're renovating the property, the apartment, the whole thing. You're selling the building, and you want to start renovating, so you're clearing it out. That's what he said. I asked him, did everybody get this notice? He said yes. Well, obviously, the new people didn't get the notice. So we agreed to help him out. I'm still in my same, this is what people don't understand. This has all happened in less than 12 months. This man has turned my life topsy-turvy. And and people don't understand. It's not like I've been here for years. I'm still in the same original lease. And now that it's coming to the end of the lease, after this man had done wasted my time, interrupted my time here with his nonsense and BS, cohorted with other neighbors, harassed me about his coercions, and it's just like leave, and then sending allegedly harassing texts. Because like I said, who outside of this? Because really, all of this other shit is over. You know what I'm saying? Like we done all went back to our lives. They know in their heart of hearts it was all a game. So we know as well. So we just moving on with our lives. But like I said, he's the only one shitting bricks, because he knows that his involvement is the only one that is going to matter, because that you have a code of ethics, mister. You have a code of ethics, and you have violated everyone. So that is the foiling of your plan. And then on top of that, you tried to be an actor and literally cry on the phone with me when Rich got arrested. You know what I'm saying? And told me that you would do anything to get my family back together, because and that this is exactly how I did it. I'll do anything to get your family back together. I understand the plight of your people. Like all of that shit. So, I mean, okay. But then come to find out, when his nefarious and his maniacal plan fails, now all of a sudden, where is all this help that you just was crying on me on the phone 2 months ago, saying that you understand the plight of my people, and when I say help a brother out, you disappear, and then it's random leave Texas. Okay, so we're not going to allow bullying and racism and transphobia and homophobia to just run rampant, are we? No, not in this beautiful city of Philadelphia. We're not going to allow that, right? So no, we're not doing that. Telling me stop lying and all this other, after this man had already been to the property and saw his property 100% intact. Who in their right mind? They can say we're crazy, but you know the name of that game. What they try to do is play the discredit you game. And it's so disheartening, because they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. And when you call them out on it, it's who do you think you are and all this other bullshit. I'm not the coons that you've been dealing with that would ever go for this bullshit, okay? Or ever agree to it. And if I say, okay, I'm in on this plan, let your phenotype be out there. Let your phenotype go do the act. Okay, I'm not going to be involved in the plan and the face of the plan. I wasn't even involved from the beginning. How the fuck I become in the plan and the face of the plan? Thanks coon black people, because we're probably going to get cracked at. Because I just saw on the news somebody making school shootings and things their platform, their political platform. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. You helping. Thank you. You help nobody but yourself. And so you're not even helping the future. You're not helping anybody. Anybody. And it's not even yourself, because that same system is going to turn on you. You know, what you co-sign and what you do is going to turn on you whenever you're expendable. Don't you see? You see in the plan? You were expendable. You were the fall guy, the front line of defense, and the back line and the final line of defense. You sandwiched in white supremacy to hide, and you're the one that's going. And when I say you, I mean all of us are going to be the ones that suffer from your help for years to come, maybe decades and more. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Instead of just allowing the situation to just be the end of it. We didn't want to engage with that person at all. If we wanted to, we would have. The point where we rolled up our windows all the way in a hot day, we were sweating. So we putting ourselves in a worse position just to get away from Karen. Okay, just to get away from Karen. So then that same, as we're in that stance with the windows rolled up, have the cops called on us that could have came and did anything, which was probably the agenda. Okay, so we don't have to be okay with that. So everything else after that, we had to brace ourselves for, because we already knew the devil's busy, and and people are silly. And we are a black people with either transphobic, racist, whatever, people who are relentless on targeting someone who so happens to be a black transgender person. So whatever their reasonings was, the facts of the matter is none of these people's lives was in any danger. The most the person, none of these, first there's a 0% for any of these people being in danger. Rich was definitely not safe around any of these people, and it just wasn't smart. It just wasn't smart. And then the saddest part about it is, oh yeah, I forgot to left that out. The guy who put his hands on Rich when he was coming from the store. That's a direct of you know what I'm saying. So I don't see in any of this situation where Rich's life was in any danger, and I felt like they were doing a lot of gaslighting to bait Rich into a lot of situations. So when he did not fall for it, and they couldn't bait him in to back into their stores, now they started to do the antagonizing. They're outside of the stores. They're in the store, the doorway, antagonizing, trying to, it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they were doing. And when I showed you that video of Rich talking to the store owners outside the store the day before the marshals and everything came up allegedly in the house, busted through the house, busted the door open, with weapon, with the day before that, when I showed you that, that was Rich finally, you know what I'm saying, addressing, like, look, I know that you're watching me. Can you stop? This is harassment. And they threatened to call the cops on Rich that day, and probably did. That's probably why he they violated him again and just came in and took him. But again, that's why I said I'm not going to allow them to use any situation between him and I. These people don't give a fuck about me. None. Okay? I was sitting in the car too when that guy leaned in. Okay? I was sitting in the car too when Karen called the cop. So they could have came and anything to any of us at that moment in time. So I don't. That's why I said none of this. Even this neighbor walking up to Rich, trying to talk to him, and you know what I'm saying. My whole thing is, I didn't ask any of these. Damn sure don't put no plan together that got me running for my life from an armed gunman. You're not helping anybody but yourself, and from somebody who's hasn't put your life in any danger. Of course, he defends himself, talks back, but that's equal. You up in the ante and doing all this extra stuff is you bullying, and you manipulating law enforcement. It's clear as day. It's clear as day, you know. And Rich had to suffer because of it, and that's. I'm not. You know, my whole thing is I'm not here saying Rich is an angel. I'm not here saying Rich is will never ever, you know, get into things or be, you know what I'm saying, himself or whatever in the future. What I'm saying is that with all that being said, does not deserve to be for all this to happen off of what has happened. You know, it doesn't justify. It's just what I'm saying. Um, but it's just what we believe, what Rich believe is transphobia. And he was 100% set up. So yeah, you know, yes, he's going to go and try to restore his good name, because that's why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? He had his life interrupted, and all he did pretty much was just sit there and try to get to wherever he was going. And these people have just continued with it was non-stop. And every day we would pray about it. Like he would tell me, he would call me like when he would leave out, and it would be like a beer bottle in the car, or like a Jello cup on the antenna, and little stuff like that. I told you it was just like the movie Them. Okay, it was just like the movie Them, where it just all this little antagonizing stuff. Again, they were gaslighting for months. That's why I said I mean, even though yes, Rich is upset, and yes, he's upset at the way things were handled, but understandably, when you have all those people coming against you, sometimes the law don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to go to the next thing. They not. So I mean, if there's an issue with them, it would be an issue from Rich, because he had to deal directly with them. But from my standpoint and a logical standpoint, they're pretty much out the way. Everybody's pretty much, out the way. I'm only focusing on Stephen Kotowich. Please report him. I'm only focusing on him because anybody can get swept up in anything. But you have to use good discernment to say, I can't get swept up in that, because I have a contract and allegiance with her. So I can't get swept up in, So let me just see if they get swept up in with him. Let's see if who's there to be swept up, in this legal battle with him. No tenant, nowhere should have to go through this. And thank you, Makita's Cookies. You right. Makita's Cookies TV. Oh, is that okay. Um like I said, Rich, he stands on his innocence. Like I said, he's not perfect by no stretch of the imagination. And we're not trying to paint him that way. But in this situation, yeah, I can't just turn a blind eye when I know the true intentions of each and every one of these persons, because they did not hide it. If they didn't hide it. The only mystery is that, thank God that we're still here to tell this fucking story after these people just tried to do everything uh, 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 um, against us for whatever reason. Uh, and now the dogs were the problem. Like I said, the last coon standing, my neighbor, he had to tell me outside in the middle of the street. This is the neighbor who actually, the first person to approach Rich. And I feel like put a big target on his back because purposely. Because let me tell you what this Negro did. So this is how I say, I'm gonna tell you the heart of people. He did that purposely. We call him shit starter than his name. He did that purposely. And even him moving more of his family members in this building was purposely. Because this is what I'm saying. I don't blame him for doing what he's doing. This landlord is not the smart one here. So that's why I'm just continuing to focus on him. I can live with this neighbor. I don't give a shit. We know who each other are, and we're not going to go any further than good day, good morning, good noon, good night, and happy Sunday. We got that established. We're good. But like I said, I'm just telling you the facts. Okay? So the landlord, he was less than smart, because in a situation where you already got a complaint from myself that that person approached my guest inappropriately and he felt in a threatening manner, why would you still try to move more people of this person's family in here to now harass me? And it was a situation already, because I'm coming in the building. I'm coming out the building. He's coming in. Excuse me. And again, trying to give a nigga a proper greeting. I really don't want no contact, because any contact with this fool is always going to be something extra, because it's something missing. Okay? Right? So I'm coming out the building. All right, hey, just doing the pleasantries, trying to move on with my motherfucking day. Right? So he got to stop. Now in the middle of the street, like I said, he's telling me, yeah, can you walk? Can you be mindful of the dogs walking up the steps? It's a little loud. And these dogs have not, in the almost year's time that I've been here, have not walked any louder than they have walked the entire time they've been here. Okay, this is more gaslighting. Okay, this is more gaslighting, and that's why I immediately, you know, told this fool to get the heck away from me because I felt threatened. And then, like he wanted, okay, his family come out and then they start talking crazy. So that's what I'm saying. This is what he wanted. But guess what he did? This beta male, guess what? He ran right into the house and let all of the women, including myself, be outside. And he ran in the house. That's why we call him shit starter in his name. It's very befitting. That's what he did in this situation. Started up, put a target on Rich's back, and then hid in the back and say, I don't know why this is happening. It's happening because you co-signed a whole bunch of fuck shit on a black person when you didn't respect them and you tried to check them and they cussed you the hell out and you held it in your heart for up until this very moment. But like I said, I have no issues with them. We live here fine. It's not about them. It's not about even the new people because they're just being swept up into a whole bunch of bullshit either. And once, you know, it's been revealed that, hello, think about it. Don't always just run to, again, still think about it. Where's he? Where are you? Talking to me, and he's in the house with the door closed and we're out here with the police. See how this works? Did he need your help when he gaslighted the situation? When he approached a woman with his grown ass, black ass, big grown ass self, when he approached a black woman, black man, when he approached me out on the street to browbeat me about my dogs going up steps, which is not, is it, come on now. It takes, I would say, if I could calculate, it takes them about 6 seconds to run up the steps. I would say if that's giving it good, because they're tired. So they're just, but you know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get water. Takes about 6 seconds. This is not no tower. Okay. This is, you know what I'm saying? So takes about 6 seconds to pretty much run up the steps. I would say that's giving it um, very some leeway. He didn't have to stop me about that. That was silly. That was more gaslighting. And that's why I called the police because I felt threatened. You're trying to play games when you know all that happened and you know that we feel like you're involved because you were with every single person here, including the gunman. So back up, nigga. Straight up. We're not on that type of time. We are not going to be on any type of time other than, and you trying to test the waters to now gaslight shit in my life and then run in the house and have all the people that you set up, that you and the landlord set up to try to now, but they're very intelligent ladies. They didn't fall for it. Thank God. But if they would have, it could have been a whole bloodbath. He in the house with there's supposed to be women and children in the house. His big ass, the women outside, and his big beta. You know what I'm saying? What they say, Cynthia G said, struggle bandit ass is in the house with the kids. So this is what I'm saying. He didn't need any of those or the kids to help him gaslight the situation and walk up to a black woman on the street and browbeat him about some animals. That ain't thinking about him either. It's just trying to live their lives. You know what I'm saying? So this is more evident, and that's why I immediately text the landlord again. See, my thing is now, what Rich say, the truth is always trying to reveal itself. Didn't when months ago, back in when Rich came up here, because I have it all on text message, when I complained about this guy doing the same exact thing, didn't you tell me that you talk to them to never approach me until if they had an issue to talk to you? I have it all on text. That was your remedy of the situation. But after all of this happened with my partner that he was a witness of, that we feel like is a partner of, he thinks it's befitting, he thinks it's right, he thinks it's okay. When he thinks he's gonna cripple my family and hurt me and try to just be a fucking devil to do the same exact thing that he was reprimanded for months before, but we don't think that he's the issue or the problem, it's still this way, right? Stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all all played games with people's lives and ended up playing yourself, because we don't have to allow people to just do anything without saying that this is wrong. People trying to make us get off of our righteousness when, you know, we don't even feel like we should have to even be dealing with this. So yeah, we're annoyed by the second. We're annoyed by the second. And yes, because we should not even be dealing with this. Every one of these situations was avoidable. Karen could have just did her job. Okay, that's avoidable. Nobody was thinking about that lady. Black girl could have not got involved and just went on about her life. Gunman, I don't know. You know, he could have just not did that and not terrorized the whole neighborhood and the kids and shut down the school. Asian store owners could have definitely just stayed in the store and not leaned in our car and harassed us on the outside of the street. Neighbor could have definitely not, when neighbor down the block could have definitely not touched Rich when he was coming back from the store. And neighbor downstairs could have definitely not approached Rich when we were coming in the house, which led to a 20-minute public back and forth. And that was the initial situation. So again, I don't see it, but I see a lot of fake complaints, a lot of trying to play somebody crazy, but I don't see anywhere where anybody other than Rich's life was in danger. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm trying to still figure it out. But this is the mystery, guys. This is the mystery. And this is what we're dealing with. We, you know, and we're not going to get swept up in this. We're not going to get swept up in and when I say swept up in this, I mean swept up in trying to incorporate us in all of this buffoonery. Now, if this was Rich doing that, I would not be here. Okay, if Rich was running through the streets, shooting guns off, and you know, terrorizing the children on this block and the school across the street, if Rich was doing that, knocking on people's doors, trying to lead them out and bait them out into some situation, you know, going around vandalizing people's cars, putting their hands on people. If Rich was doing all that, I would not be right here standing up for him. But these are all the things that these people have done. And nobody in their right mind would allow any of this to go on in their life without speaking up. So I don't know why people would think it would be okay in our lives. And like I said, that's all well, good, and fine. My focus is on this landlord because, like I said, he was the main key. It just seems like I said, it was very antagonizing. We're helping you out in August. Like I said, I have texts from August up until I found out this man. And the day I found out, I made this sign. That's why this is legendary. And I don't care how tattered it gets. I made this sign and I sat outside for a damn near 2-hour peaceful protest. And that was the day I found out that these new people were moving in. Like I said, it had nothing to do with them. And you can see that entire live. Go to Keeping People Real TV Instagram. And you'll see, this is the this is the post. You'll see this. And you can go watch it. It's on Keeping People Real TV, Instagram. Yeah, I looked a mess. I looked a mess because just to see the injustice happen right before your eyes, even when he got arrested the first time, after the heroic thing he just did to be carted away like an animal. Like I said, the heroic thing he just did, which was push me down, hover over top of me. Okay? I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? And tell me what he told me. After the heroic thing he did to have to be carted away in handcuffs, treated like an animal, I don't see that to be right. And for somebody to put their life on the line for me, it wouldn't be right for me not to be doing everything I'm doing right now. And that's facts. That's the big facts of the matter. And I'm not letting up because it wasn't right. Tell the story how it really is, or let Rich go. And that's it. You know, we see it a mile away. We see it a mile away. And like I said, the last live I did, I said, what crime did Rich Long commit to be doing all this? But like I said, that gets a little murky. People could, you know, even like I said, Rebecca Rashia, her show, she did a show called "What Is a Crime," and you can go back and watch that. We do have more shows. We have a couple more shows that we're going to upload, but we're just while she's in hiatus, but she did pre-record some shows. So we're going to have that coming up next week. Burglary or Birthright. So you stay tuned for that. But yeah, she said, what is a crime? And like I said, that could get a little bit too wide open, you know. Then you get to wondering, what can I see? Jaywalked, you know what I'm saying? So you know, it gets murky. So we just want to just hone it down to very specific, and to make it easy for people to understand whose life was in danger. That's very easy to pinpoint, and it's none of these people. None. So, but these are the same people who will point, bully, a transfer, same people that will try to play somebody else crazy just to hide their craziness, allegedly. And like I said, the black people, I said it day one. Day one. And you can go back to the day this happened, which was what I think the video pinned to the top of the page. It has not changed. It's no way you could try to play. Yeah, we're agitated and upset that our lives have been. Yes. Who wouldn't be? You've interrupted our lives since August, and it's been nonstop. We're going to need extensive therapy. This ain't a game. This is serious. I haven't even been here 12 months. And these people have turned my life topsy-turvy. So no, I don't feel any type of way. Especially if you're using a situation to retaliate, a situation that's false. And he knows it's false because he's seen with his own two eyes no fire or fire damage, but still continue to months afterwards. That's why I said, how are we going to believe that you're trying to help us out? You gave your plan away because you should have been smiles all the way through. But he couldn't be Smiles all the way through because he knew his underlying plan. And he's the reason why we not, I mean, my whole thing is if they, everything, we were agreeing to everything to move early, everything. Because he wanted to sell the property. We're thinking we're helping him out. He has not one time said any type of complaint that anybody has against me or my partner. He has not said any complaint. So it's no thing. And then when we say something, he says he's not here to see it. So you're not here to see anything then. How you here? You know every detail of what I'm doing, but you're not here to see anything. So we never had a inkling that he had an issue. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have an inkling until he started to treat me bad. And when we did find a place, this is how funny it is. When we did find a place, he should have just allowed us to we wouldn't even be here. See, this is what I'm saying. They'll blame me, they'll blame Rich, but they don't look in the fucking mirror of why we're even still here. We have found a place. And by him trying to be all Mr. Meet Me Outside and all this other bullshit and all this cohort and having my partner allegedly set up that same day and not play around, because we don't owe this guy any money and he didn't give us anything. Everything he was just prepaying because he got the money back. Okay? And it was money that we gave him. He was giving our money back. So in his mind, that's why I said they'll play that game like, oh, I was helping. No, how are you helping? And you're paying me my money back to help you out. Get your mind right. I could just stay where I'm at. I could have just stayed where I was at and lived out my lease, and you could have did the proper thing, which was at the end of the lease, since we're already here anyway, after all your games and finagling and everything, it's all, we're still right here anyway at the end of my lease almost. Why you could have just waited and did things the proper way and not gotten involved in any of this mess. But since you did, that's where we're focusing on, because no one should ever have to go through this ever again. Okay? So if he wasn't playing games and playing around and trying to have me now sign all this paper like he's doing me a favor, I'm like, I'm doing you a favor. We found a place, he's giving me my money back, my things back. So he's not giving me any fucking thing. This, it's like I said, so how can you try to charge me for months and I'm doing you a favor? I'm doing you a favor. Now, you weren't selling the property. No, null and void. Null and void, honey. No. You lied. So you didn't go into the agreement with good faith, knowing that you were going to sign another lease for another year. If apartment opened up, you should, out of respect for manipulating and having us go all over town to help you. So that's why I said we're not thinking the same. He thinking that he did us a favor. How you doing me a fucking favor, yo? I'm helping you when it was you that initiated and said that you were selling the property 8:45 in the morning, I think on August 27th, which I think is Mace's birthday. And so how can you then, like I said, a month later, you're harassing me to say I started a fire. See, my thing is, once he got us to agree, then he started to get emboldened. And so that's when our antennas started going up, because I'm like, how can you be so aggressive with someone who's helping you? Okay? We're helping you to get to your renovations, like you said. This guy is talking to us like we owe him something, or we owe him to leave up earlier than we originally signed on to. No, we don't. We're not obligated to do that. We were helping you out. Okay. And if there was any other issue, that's what you should have led with. Okay? Don't get mad because I believed your lies. I don't get it. You're getting mad that you wasn't forthcoming. I believed your lies, and now I'm mad you lied. And now you mad. You trying to get more mad than me? I don't think so. This is what pisses me off. Karen, who life wasn't in danger, thinking that she could be more mad at me, pisses me off. These people who have come and impeded in every point of our life, thinking they can be more mad at me, pisses me off. Neighbor who walked up to my partner out in the middle of the street, thinking that it's okay, it pisses. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he could be more mad at me than us. None of these people have any realistic inkling to be any more upset than us. So we don't want to hear it at this point in time, because we did everything. And if he was righteous and forthcoming with what he said, and not trying to find a way to get over and set Rich up, like I said, it's all the I'm act like I'm helping you out, but I'm gonna cripple you on the way out. Okay, tactic. So if he wasn't trying to do that and actually just let the plan go through, we would have been out of here. The only reason why we are still here is because we see all of the stuff that we don't owe these people to just allow them to manipulate over our lives and then try to discard us like trash, because we are not. So that's not what we're going to do. And I don't care what him and I go through in a freaking relationship, in a partnership. That's no justification for outsiders, especially outside groups, to target this person to no end. Definitely if you're not doing it in my honor, especially if I didn't ask and you didn't come ask me. So see how that works? That means you have impeded. So any situation that you were initially upset about, or you thought that you were upset about that involved me, is null and void, because you didn't include me, and you actually put my life in danger in all of your plans to help me. So I don't need any of your help, especially if you see me and I am fine, and we are fine. We are good, stronger than ever. This situation, thank you. That is a good thing that Karen did. They brought us together stronger than ever. This whole neighborhood block brought us together stronger than ever, because we didn't even have time to focus on our issues anymore. We're turning back to back, fighting for our lives and shit. So this is what I'm saying. So this is we didn't have no time to even focus on working us out, is what you should have just allowed us to do, and not sit up there and manipulate a situation. People fuss and fight every day. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into that, but like I said, people do it all the time. And not saying that was Rich and I, but that is something that people do all the time. People have kids. You know what I'm saying? They have kids. They if they making a lot of noise, jumping up and down, da, 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 da. Like I said, that's what apartment living entails. You can't say, no, I don't want, or I can't afford a single home for complete privacy, and then try to set up the people around you that's making noise. No, that's not how it works. You move your fucking uppity ass to a damn single home somewhere. Okay, if you got so much, you know what I'm saying? If you have an issue and you don't like black people, you don't like trans people, if you don't like people in other neighborhoods, other ethnic groups, if you don't like, then again, you got to like your finances. Okay, your finances have put you here, so that means you have to deal with everything. When you Your finances, when you know what I'm saying, your uppity attitude is not matching your income, your base, and your you know what I'm saying. I mean, actually, we're adding to your income. We're patronizing your stores. Like I said, I've patronized these stores, and I've always paid my tab. And this guy here in the laundromat, okay, he see me with the quarters. He see me putting the quarters in. The quarters are not registering one day. And I tell him, I said, this is done took about, it didn't start. I put all my quarters in here. It didn't start. You saw me putting quarters in here and it didn't start. He called, you lying. So I said, you know what I'm saying? So Rich had an incident in the store. This is me, a woman that he's seen a million times, come in the store, did everything, paid his money, left, never, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I have an issue, the first thing the Asian guy said is, you lie. You know what I'm saying? So yes, so a lot of the issues is horrible customer service. How about that? Horrible customer service. Okay? Those are the main issues of why there ever sometimes a lot of issues. So it's horrible customer service. If you see somebody that patronizes your establishment on a regular basis, and you're going to get your money back when they come again and again and again and again. I mean, we all have to have clean, you know, garments and stuff. So it's just the ideology. So any black person attaching somebody who you need to wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. Like I said, I have no issues. I still to this day patronize all of the stores because my money is the only thing that matters here. You getting all inside my business and doing all this extra shit is you being annoying. Okay? You have a business with a need. I come in here to do the need of the business. I don't want to interact any more than that. Any extra interactions is you being annoying. So I don't have to not get the benefit of the business. And I'm not going out my way when I ain't doing shit and I'm just in the business doing what the business is intended for. This is harassment out on the street. You in the doorway of the establishment, especially when there's cameras, like I said, all up and down the block, and you can easily have one facing our home and just look from the back, okay? Stop playing games. These people were actively trying to be agitators and gaslighters. Very much. And when Rich did not, because anybody doing this outside wants a confrontation, okay? Anybody doing this, leaning in your car, they want you to get out and start going binoculars on their motherfucking head. They want that. And the fact that Rich did not ever give them the satisfaction of doing that is why they had to now manufacture a master plan, to now set him up. And the man that I just handed the extra money to have never shorted this man and patronize these people's business, did not give a damn about me. And it wasn't about me. It was all about, because I was sitting right there in the car. So like I said, they just was fixated on Rich. Like Rich doesn't have the right of freedom of speech. Have we lost freedom of speech? Because my thing is, that's all that's been presented so far is Rich's constitutional rights, his freedom of speech. You know, they seem like they just all been violated. And that's what we don't understand. We're not going to get off the fact that Rich is a decorated veteran. We're not going to get off the fact that he was put into combat-like situations, being which we feel with enough background intel that should have been done before formulating this plan together, should have factored in. So putting a military trained person in false combat situations, and still in that instance was able to restrain himself, never fired a gun, and protected and sheltered over his family, as you, while you know what I'm saying, people went running through the streets, shooting guns in the air and doing crazy stuff. So yes, right is right and wrong is wrong. Is Rich a saint? No. Okay, by no stretch of the imagination. Was he a hero that day? Yes, very much so. And that's what we want to always know him. You know, we want his good name to be restored, especially in this situation where we know it's been a whole bunch of gameplay. And like I said, these people would have all got away with this. Say if Richard was by himself, living on this block, a trans man, and getting attacked by all this crazy shit. He would be in prison and nobody would be here to tell his story. That's why we have to keep an eye on our brothers and sisters. We have to keep an eye on our trans family. We have to keep an eye on our LGBTQ and family in a whole, because it's very much bullies out here. And you see what happened with that little boy, where his whole family was hazing him and putting like things in his head or whatever. And it's real. It's real. Bullying of gay people is real. Bullying of trans people is real. And of course, we know bullying of Black people have been going on for eons. So imagine being all three. And then they're getting mad at him, rightfully so, for having, you know, for protecting himself from these people. Like, are you crazy? Yes, damn right. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I'm saying? These people all. And I knew he was just defending himself verbally after months and months and months and months and months of antagonizing, vandalizing, you know what I'm saying? Just, and like I said, he'd wake up and there'd be something on his car, some BSC, you know, soda can, and he would just knock it off and go. And he'd call me and tell me about it or whatever. And that was it. Never talked about it again. See, that's and just went on with his day. So we knew the attacks were coming. We knew that people were just being just hateful as hell. And we ignored it. We ignored it until they physically started doing things and justifying it. Like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, so until we couldn't ignore it anymore. We prayed our way through it. I just tell them, you know, just keep going, keep this or that. Don't worry about it. And it just on and on and on. Like I said, it was no reason for none of this to even happen. And in their heart of hearts, they know that that's true. Karen wasn't in any danger. We know, we see that 1,000 times. I don't have to sell that one. We see that 1,000 times. Karens are the most scariest people on the face of the earth. Then right underneath them is coons. Karens, coons. They are the most not scared people on earth. Okay? So we know that. Like I said, none of these people were in any type of danger. So we just want Rich Long to be free so he can try to restore and continue to do what he was doing, which was being a blue collar worker, taking care of his family, and not a criminal, not even a person who, now even though yes, people have property, you can do what you want to do. I'm not saying that it's bad or good or any of these things, but he's not a person that sits outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a person that has niggas coming in and out. Just a person go to their car and back and forth. That's it. Literally. So all the complaints are coming from just the interactions that they choose to have with somebody who's going to their vehicle to get the fuck away from these people. And that's the only contact they have. All the other contacts they have initiated to impede into our life, knocking on the door, all of this, leaning in the car, walking up. They have, this is them. This is the reality. Rich has go to work, DoorDash driver, trying to get to the car, trying to get to work to make money. These people are in the way. These people did not respect. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. And that's how you get to a lynch mob mentality. Like I said, this was a lynching from day one. I said it day one in the first video. I have not changed up. I haven't changed my stance. I've got a little bit more calmer, clearer, and trying to give you the information without the emotion I had day one. So yeah. But what I have been saying has not changed in any way. And in any way. We were just sitting in the car with the windows rolled up, Karen minding our business, getting closer. We had the windows halfway rolled down, but when she got closer, which was she's standing at the back of our car, looking on the corner behind us. So that's a safe distance away for somebody who's now going to 5-10 minutes later saying they fear for their life. You can preempt that. Stay back here. If they think that somebody's doing something, you don't know, gal, go cat a corner to now be standing right here, Karen standing right here, like, and this is us in the car sitting down. So and talking to somebody else. So this is not somebody. This is not cohesive with somebody that's fearful for their life. Getting closer. Okay. Rich's presence irritating you is not a crime. You're just going to have to be irritated, Karens. This is the season for Karens getting extra irritated, I see. And like I said, some can be funny and some can be deadly. That's why we don't play with Karens and we call them out and we don't care what happens, what goes on. And we're just going to go, we're going to be Karen. We're going to be Karen. We're just going to go full force. We're not going to make up any consequences or any type of thing. We're just going to walk up to gangs. I need a permit. I need, where do you live? Where are you going? Are you supposed to be here? That's crazy. So I'm going to have that brain. I'm just going to just go full force and just, You know, I'm asking questions. I want to know what's going on. I need answers. I need immediate answers. So that's all I'm saying. And I need them from Stephen Kotowich. I need him to answer why he thought it was okay to text me in August. First of all, isn't that Mason? August 22nd is when he texted me. Shoot. That's Mason's birthday. Shoot, that's my pastor. You can call me on my pastor's birthday. Oh, no, you know he going down. It's like, I ain't playing. Mason's not my pastor. But anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this together. Why are you texting me August 27th talking about, you know, you're selling the property? And that's a waste of time. And like I said, he finagled around so much with the dad going, you know, we helping him out. But okay, oh yeah, I got the place. He's ready to go. Then he's finagling around with the money. Like I said, this is not money he's giving. This is money he's giving me back. That's what I said. I don't owe this man any money. Now he's trying to take me to court for all the months that he done wasted the mine. Nah, nigga. No. So anyway, I'm like, okay, you know, yeah. Okay, you sign this. And he's taking me a whole bunch through the ring. I'm like, nigga, I'm helping you out. You about to sell the property, right? You want to get in here for the renovations. Like I said, it was him, his actions, and his now trying to act like I'm trying to. This nigga came to me and trying to act like I'm trying to scam him. That's how I knew. Just see people telling themselves. I'm like, okay. And it's going up and up and up because I'm like, how am I helping you? And you're sitting up there trying to interrogate me when I'm saying we got, and guess what? We end up losing the motherfucking property because somebody else came in with the money. So this is what I'm saying. He foiled his own plan by getting in his own way. If he would have just did what we said we was going to do, we all agreed to, and not cohort with these other people to do some extra shit that was heinous and now getting called out on, we would have been out of here. But they can't give you, they gotta cripple you on the way out. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. You messed up the deal when you went out of your way to try to set somebody up. And then you played a bigger devil and got on the phone with me and damn near cried on the phone with me talking about you understand the plight of my people and that you'll do anything to help my family. And then when I asked you specifically, what are you going to do? You don't answer the phone anymore. And you now allow more of the neighbors' family to move in after the fact, after you thought we was going to be gone, but I don't know where you thought I was going to go without my partner. And and we were here to see you moving more people in and not renovating, because that would have been a perfect opportunity if you had an open apartment to start your renovations, not move more people in with more battle scars to the property that you're just trying to sell. So this is what I'm saying. If it wasn't for him and his text in August, we would have just lived our lease out. If we were going to make it all the way to the end of the lease anyway, we could have just done that and been on our merry way. This guy interjecting with a whole bunch of Scooby-Doo plans and schemes, and then can't even stay in character enough to to keep up with the scheme and plan. Like, he's antagonizing me. I'm thinking to myself, like, this is September. He asked me, about this in August. I agreed, because I'm like, there's no point of getting comfortable, because if he's selling the property, he's trying to renovate. He told me everybody got the notice. Everybody will be leaving. This is what he's telling me. He's playing both sides of the fence. Right? So I'm like, okay. So I'm not thinking anything of it. immediately. And I have this in evidence, wasting time out of my day from that day, from the 27th on till November 1st. We're contacting properties, doing everything. Like, we can't make people, you know, and then when we did find a place and needed for you to just come through with the stuff, you wanted to now do all this, let's meet outside, and you know, and 5 minutes later, my partner getting arrested. So yeah, fuck all that. At this point in time, we're focusing on this. And the whole thing, the whole time he's like, well, you know. So when I say, well, can you put in writing what you're going to do, since you say you're going to help my family? You know, can you put it in writing? Well, and then there was all this backpedaling. It was the most saddest fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh, let me see. Some people just need to be ashamed of them motherfucking selves. I'm sorry. I can't. There's no help. No help for some of these people. So what are you going to do specifically? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you're crying with me on the phone, and I really believed it. I mean, he was acting. But then I thought about, again, him telling on himself. Okay, 2 months later, a month later, he's acting. But you know, just a couple weeks ago, he was telling me to stop lying about a fire. So I'm just trying to figure out, who is this nigga today? You know what I'm saying? Who is he today? Is he a person that's caring about me and my family, or is he the same, you know, guy who was harassing me last week over a fire that he already came in and saw, and still saying I'm a liar about a non-existent fire that he never saw? So that's why I said, you want somebody to go see, you know, to now see about this, why it was exposed and everything. Go right to Stephen Kotowich. He's the one, because that's a definite red flag. Why? We're helping you out. We're agreeing to everything you say. We're not giving any pushback. And this man actually said to me, "Oh, Mo, you're such a righteous person." You just, yeah, I'm telling you, he was double tapping on the fucking mammy babble. It was so sad. And you know, me being caught off guard with Rich getting arrested and being bamboozled, I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, as the things started to unveil, and I started to immediately, because like I said, you can only get person that's, you know, too long. So even in that same, I think even that conversation or the next, I specifically started to try to hold his feet to the fire, because like I said, let me test it out. Let me test it out. Let me test it out and see. Because behavior wise, this guy has been very nasty, very harassing, very you know, so let me test it out. And the next conversation, after he's crying on the phone with me, telling me how he understands the plight of our people, all this, you know, I'm telling you, this nigga, this guy laid it on thick. Okay, so that everybody thinks that this is right. I'm getting leave texts, but everybody thinks that this is okay. He's laying it on thick. So when I asked him, I said, what are you specifically going to do? You know what I'm saying? You know, can you put that in writing or whatever? You know, you said you want to help my family out. And since we really believe that you know, since we told you multiple times through text, which we have, is that you cohorting with these neighbors are putting our life in danger, because again, you're not here and you're not able to see anything. So why are you all up in talking to other people clearly to get their report when you can just call me? And if there's any issues, we can talk about it, being the only two people in this lease. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. It didn't make any sense. He foiled his own plans by being a butthole and being completely an actor and insensitive to somebody who just went through something, which now we believe that he was a part of orchestrating it. He never told me to meet him outside before. I met him outside. Mind you, he's giving me my money back that I've already invested into this living here to help him out. This man treat me like I'm a motherfucking criminal. Again, 5 minutes later after this guy leaves, Rich gets arrested. So this is what I'm saying. Then he's crying on the phone, trying to mammy babble me with a whole bunch of mess. So when I say, what specifically are you going to do? Because to be perfectly honest, you really have a lot to do with this. I didn't know how much like I do now, but just knowing off of just human behavior, you really have a lot to do with this by cohorting with these people and harassing me to no end off of their word or off of whatever. You didn't even harass me off the right things. This is what I'm saying. So I just didn't understand what that all was about. But I do now. These people are not trans people friendly. They are they very much bullied a transgender male to no end. They cannot tell you we're gonna not keep it all broad of what crime did Rich Long do. We're gonna keep it very specific now to when was any of these people lives in danger? Because in each and every situation, we can specifically point out it in reverse. So I'm not sure. Like I said, this was clear-cut bullying, clear-cut hate. And we're trying to leave, I'm just praying. And I mean, I understand. I'm not a person that don't understand human behavior. So I understand if the police got wrapped up into these hooligans mess. But I need everybody from this point on to know what the mess is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can acknowledge that it was a whole bunch of tomfoolery happening here. And Rich is the only one that suffered and lost time away from his life and family about a bunch of people who were never, ever, ever in any danger. They targeted a man who protected himself, rightfully so. I'm sorry, rightfully so. So I hope he continues to protect himself because this is crazy. This is insane. Like I said, we're hoping that everybody else was just a victim of these BS people like us, and it's easy to get swept up. That's why it's called, a lynch mob, a mob. That's why, because it's easy to get swept up in when you have so many people on the other side pointing fingers. And that's why people who, are accused of all of this, they don't know what to do, and people don't know what to believe. It's people who have written Rich off. When this first happened, they immediately didn't give a nigga a second, any type of leeway. And immediately, and now since things are unfolding, they saying, yeah, this is something right here, something going on. This does sound like some tomfoolery. And my whole thing is, none of these people should now from this point on have any investment into helping Stephen Kotowich with his landlord-tenant dispute. Okay, that's so. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else should really have, because that now we see what the cards are. We don't have nothing against these people. We're all moving on. This person here, the only person with a signed contract, is the only person that, for me, from this point on, that I'm going to focus on, because I don't want anybody else to have to deal with this man or anybody like him to suffer, by the hands of just a grave discard for life. Whatever does not justify what they tried to do. Everything Rich has endured inside that prison is now a result, all stemming from a false allegation and never anybody's life was in any danger. These people scream a fire that they never seen. These people, it's just, these people are actors. And when you ask people to be real, they disappear. When you ask people to be real, they disappear. It's no reason for this landlord to not have communication with me. No reason at all. Other than his plan got foiled and he's upset. That's the only reason why. Let's be real. But if he was actually being honest and really was caring about the plight of our people and all this other bullshit, it's no reason for him not to continue communication, even if he was wrong about certain things. No. He discarded, didn't find any value and discarded me as a Black person and Rich as a trans person a long time ago. Mid-year, August or before. So who the hell should go through this? Who was really in danger? Think about it. All right, family. I'm gonna go. Thank you, everybody that stopped by. I really didn't put the call-in number up on the screen because this is not the Godmother podcast, but you are welcome to call in. I'm about to be out now though, but it's 1-800-743-1179. That number will be available after this broadcast. You can call it anytime to set up a booking with myself. You can go over to www.maddpop.com/CEO Connect. And that's for personal calls. Like if you want to talk more about this topic, more about any hot topics, any show topics, any personal conversations, things you don't want to talk about on a public forum, you call that line and we'll set up. It is a booking fee, but it will be very informative and it's going to be 100% private and confidential. So yeah, that's a one-on-one session with myself, talking about nothing is off the table. Of course, nothing explicit. But we're going to definitely deep dive into a lot. And I want to hear from you. So if you would like to, we have a lot of good things coming up. We have keeping people warm. We have our coat drive. If you want to donate to that, all of the ways are the same ways that you are donating to Rich, but the address to send your items to is in the description box below. As a matter of fact, I'll have, because I'll put it in after this live. I can't do it right now, but yeah, if you want to see the editorial that was done on myself from BILLBOARDHipHop.com. I'll put that link in the description box below, and you'll be able to see that. Let me see. That's one thing I did forget. I forgot to put the link to the article that just came out from Billboard Hip Hop about the new song with myself and Robert Curry of Day 26, which is Unbelievable. And I'm about to wrap this up. You can follow Rich on Instagram and all of the other social medias at Keeping People Real TV. You can follow myself at Mama Bear Queen 215. You can follow Mad Pop Records page, Mad Pop Worldwide. If you would like to work with Mad Pop, if you would like to join Mad Pop, you go over and do that through the website or emailing us at infoandbookings at maddpop.com. So yes, we do production work. We're going to do a lot more advertising for all of our services. We do production work, background vocals. We do managing, marketing. We have new clients coming very soon. So yeah, we have a good roster so far, Rich included. My company is also the company that manages Rich Long Career. You see, he's done so many projects. You see, he has done many freestyles. He's already done comedy shows. So people don't understand that being managed is it's very time consuming. It's very time consuming. So yeah, we don't have a time for a lot of little things to be in the way. So it's very time consuming. So when you want to come to Mad Pop, you have to be ready to work. You have to be ready to have a business mind, and sometimes not even an artist mind, a business mind, and a realistic mind. We're not yes men here at Mad Pop Records, and that's why we try to push our artists to the best of greatness. You can go to that page, www.maddpop.com/CEO Connect. My bio is there, and it's also on. It's going to be, some of my inspirations, even the making of Unbelievable with Robert Curry, how that came to be, is all going to be in that Billboard article. What inspires me, what artists that I would like to work with in the future. I'm not trying to be a out there artist. I feel like, rightfully so, I feel like my contribution to the game is just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like how I produce songs. I feel like I wasn't going to start this company if I couldn't add something to the music industry. I couldn't, if I was going to, I didn't want to just come in and do everything that everybody else was doing, because then you get accused of doing things that everybody else is doing. And then you have to either just continue to watch them to know what moves you're going to make. So I tried to come in and create a different type of sound that it would be respectful of everybody, but not copying anybody, where anybody can say, well, it's more of a love letter and an inspiration to musicians and hip hop of what we do. It's more of we see you, we appreciate you, we love you, keep going. And the only reason why I have to do certain things is to only prove, because me being a Black woman, you know how that is. It's well, I don't know if you know, but I know, and any Black woman knows, you're fighting an even more uphill battle, even sometimes against your own people. So, and especially up against men or whatever, they're not respectful. This neighbor, all this shit going on when a Black woman is here, and you know what I'm saying? And none of these people have come to me to even ask me if I'm okay, or this is insanity. every situation could have went horribly left. Horribly. And it wouldn't have been at the hands of Rich Long. Rich Long is the remnants of all of this bullying. And anytime he had to spend in jail, he'll talk about that. Anytime that he had to spend at the hands of this, knowing the facts of this situation and how frivolous it was and how careless it was and how cohorting it was. Like I said, he felt like he was kidnapped. This is not a situation where he was gaslighted into anything. They tried to gaslight him and into a bunch of situations where he, again, even in those situations would have been rightfully so going off on them. He kept his cool the entire time in each of these situations, tried to maintain his dignity. And these people still tried to make a way to turn him into an animal and put him in a cage. And I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to allow and then the coons had the nerve to sit up there and call this man crazy. This shit is sad. Okay? Bunch of homophobic, transphobic bullies. So, free Rich Long. We have to pray for our Black brothers and sisters. We have to pray for our LGBTQ brothers and sisters out there. We have to pray for our trans people out there. This should not happen to anybody. We understand that you don't maybe understand trans people. We understand that you may not understand somebody else's lifestyle, religious, ideology, views. We understand, but that does not give you a right, Karen or anybody else, give you a right to now impede or deputize or anything for you to now manifest situations to waste people's times. Okay? Karens, I don't know, they have all the time in the world. A lot of Black people are busy. You know what I'm saying? So we're having a good time. You know, we're barbecuing. You wasting time to now say somebody's barbecuing and please come. That's too much time on your hands. You know, you worrying about a little girl selling water outside when you on a lunch break is too much time on your hands. You wondering why you inside looking out the window, wondering why Elijah McClain is walking down the street in cold weather with a thing over his head, is you with too much time on your hand. And when if that person didn't at your door putting you in any imminent danger, then that is harassment. That is harassment. Excuse me, my stomach. Let me get out of here because I got to get something to eat. I ate a little piece of a cookie, and I need to get some food. So love you guys. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna, like I said, hit me up 1-800-743-1179. Free Rich. We're going to go out now. And unbelievable.
Of Pop Records and Robert Curry of A26. Let's go. Knock, 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 knock. Do you hear the door? I come coming in, I'm coming hot. Daddy reppin' that pop. I don't care what
But you got my goals in that jail shop. Rocky wouldn't give a damn, so you know that I'm Thank you. Thank you guys for joining me. Sunday, happy Sunday.
You gotta remember to take a promise. So don't you think about giving up? That's all right, you gotta live it up. Quiet life, everybody's crying. Yes. Yes. Gotta find you gonna shine. Get to your dreams. Nobody told you this would be easy. Maybe you heard it, believe me. Although every child is a lesson learned. You need to fire and just let it be.
All right, free Rich Long. That's unbelievable. Once this live ends, I'm going to put the link right in the description box. It's going to be the first thing in the description box. The link to the article with Billboard Hip Hop featuring myself talking all about it's a little bit of things that's not in the bio, my inspirations, how the song with Robert Curry and I came to be, and also who I would love to work with in the future. And I can tell you that right now, Fali. I would love to work with Babyface. He's actually the person that when I was a kid, back in the 80s, early 90s, he was a person that I just loved his writing style. And he could write for anybody. I loved it. And not that I have to sing with him. I'll be a part of his writing team, as his production team, anything. Anywhere where, so shoot, that's my biggest inspiration. And of course, right after that, it was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I mean, as far as my writing, who inspired me to be a writer and to start writing. Some people say, I watch James Brown, and I wanted to dance because I seen him. I saw Michael Jackson, and then the kids nowadays, I saw Chris Brown. It keep inspiring, it keeps on and on and on. So for my generation, as far as songwriters is concerned, it would be definitely at the top of the list. This man has wrote so many hits. Soul Food soundtrack, Waiting to Exhale. Like, he's done so many hits. Brandy, everybody and their mama. So, and he makes good songs himself. When I was a kid, I used to just sit and listen to Whip Appeal. So he, in my eyes, even today, his music is a little bit different. That's a style that was prominent in that time. So automatically off the bat when you heard a Babyface song, you know exactly how he approached it. So it's just that's my inspiration. And I really, to be honest, don't ever have to work with him. But if I could, I would. All right, I'm outie. I'll put that article in the link Make sure you follow Keeping People Real TV. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure, and yeah, let me answer. Let me do this, and I'm out. A guy asked in the comments section of the last video. I think it was the last video so I did, and he asked, "Are you the wife that he does the diss videos on?" No, I am not. And like I said, all that he'll have to talk more about. You see, he has talked about it. So, but he never made it like the focal point of his channel. You know, it just seemed like it's just funny style that as soon as he started having authentic issues in his life, everybody started manufacturing some drama in the relationship drama. But anyway, he just too classy to ever go deep dive it in. And now we're going to have a whole just low level display of tomfoolery all over the internet with family members. No, he's not going to do that because, you know, but he did tap into it, and the times that he tapped into it was just a reaction. It wasn't like he coming online, what people purposely do and say, I'm going to talk about my baby mama or my wife or whatever. No, it was a situation where I think he did about 1 or 2 videos. The first one is when the first one was when she stole all of his earthly possessions, okay, out of a storage unit, okay. And you know, still to this day, he has gotten. You don't know where none of his stuff. I mean, his children's stuff as well. Just cleared it out, cleaned it out. Didn't say anything. She wasn't communicating with him. He was trying. Like I said, him and I hadn't been together yet. Even though we had done songs together, even though he had been here, I was not going to be involved in that situation because that was his situation that he came in with. But like I said, through all that, and he even says it in the video, you kind of like, excuse me, push me on to somebody else by you not communicating. So it was just a situation. And my mind was silly. It was silly. So I don't know that guy's name, but you'll see a comment. But just to answer your question, no, I am not the wife that he made the diss videos on. And if you're new to this channel, you just go back and I think the first one he put is I never thought I'd say this, but I wish my wife rotten hell or something like that. I think it was and then the second video he did was that person, his ex, stealing his money from off of here, you know, and funneling that to her personal bank account. So it just was nonstop trying to, and that's why he put in that song Cold Game, niggas digging in my motherfucking pockets, nigga, stop it. Because he was talking about her because she was just continuing on. And I told him about Deion Sanders bringing Brittany Renner out to his football league to educate these guys like on these women. And I'm not trying to say, I'm not bashing women or whatever, but it's you know, people got to take accountability. We can't keep blaming Tristan and these bumblefucks that keep finding themselves into the same situation. We have to, you know it's a game all the way around. It's a game all the way around. And then they cry, I ain't got no money. Like Tristan doing every trick in the book. I ain't hanging to be getting him. Like it's just sad. Chloe. And it's so funny because A lot of people mess with Chloe more than anybody. So she basically messing up her own brand by attaching herself, gluing herself to somebody who's got her looking a damn fool. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, I love you guys. If I have anything else, I'll come back. But if not, I will see you guys later. You have a wonderful week. Free Rich Long. And I'm out. Unbelievable. Out now.